Greetings, denizens of the tri-state area. Jacob Weil here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And Dragon, I know what we're gonna do today. We're gonna activate the Recap-inator and discuss my favorite cartoon, Phineas and Ferb. That's right, in honor of the 15th anniversary and the 5th season, which is now upon us, I'm guiding Blue Dragon 5 here through the series, experiencing his reactions, watching it for the first time, and reliving my summer memories through the years. Today's episode is not actually an episode. It's Candace against the universe. That's right. Before we officially step into season 5, which is going to happen next week, we are doing the final step. The thing that bridged the gap. Yeah, that's right. So, Dragon, what are your thoughts on Candace against the universe? Considering this is the last time I'll be the one leading. Well, actually, we have watched this before, on this channel, but this will be the last time I have a lead in, right? Because we're both going in blind for season 5. So, what are your
Pretty
thoughts on?
much.
So, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so we've sat down the Candace against the universe before, so I can't say I was shocked or surprised by this one. But having the full context, though,
Yeah,
of the show, it does add a little heft to what Candace has been up against, and kind of adds a little bit more, more of an event kind of a feeling to it. Before it was just an event of like, okay, well, Phineas and Ferb's back after it's been a while, and this is just kind of like, it's just kind of like a slice of kind of the fare that Phineas and Ferb was. But this I don't know, again, it puts in context, puts in perspective. But the movie itself, I would say, is again setting it like apparently setting wise, it's supposed to be right before the last episode, right?
I wouldn't say it's like the episode be supposed to be like the day before the final episode, but definitely it takes place in the original summer at least.
Well, yeah, in the original summer, I'm saying before we hit our finale.
Yes, it takes place before the last day of summer.
Okay. So, yeah, it feels like this is. It's kind of interesting because this whole movie feels like it gives closure to Candace, but by the same token, though, we really don't get that until the last day of summer. So, I mean, it's kind of. I mean, we kind of set her back a little after the movie. We do an event like this, and then we just kind of have the ending that we have. But then again, it's cartoon characters reset, and the story resets all the time. So I mean, that's the thing I'm kind of grappling with, but it's not a deal breaker. It doesn't like
Yeah.
stand away the enjoyment. Again, it just feels like kind of like almost like kind of an interpret like kind of a cinematic interpretation of like an episode of Phineas and Ferb, just kind of like given proper time, I guess.
Yeah, and like obviously this is like the first thing that the boys have done, like that first project after the original show had ended, because they did the last day of summer. This is kind of seeping into the background, like the brief background I have on it a little bit, like after like the Dan and Swampy's work on Milo Murphy's Law, and with Disney preparing Disney Plus, they're like, "Do you guys want to work on a Phineas and Ferb movie for Disney Plus?" And they're like, "Yes,
Yes, we do.
yes, we do." And from what I understand is like the success of this movie that led to proper talks to both like continue Dan's work on Hamster and Gretel and produce the new season of and produce the 2 new seasons. So this kind of both bridged the gap and led to the new season. It just showed Disney that there's still a market for these characters. Plus Phineas and Ferb's own success on Disney Plus as well. And before we move on, how about we address some comments? Like Kogias just earlier saying, hi Kogias. Awkward Dead, like this movie has brought us the same animation team that's doing seasons 5 and 6. Like, if I understand correctly, Snipple Animation is doing season 5 and 6. From my understanding, they're like one of the animation producers for this. So, Snipple's produced some pretty good work. They have some pretty good fluid animation, from what I understand. Like, potentially, I was watching Phineas and Ferb earlier. It's like, love how the movie got a movie focused on Dr. Doof and the second movie that focused on Candace. Yeah, and also that technically both movies of Phineas and Ferb don't take place in Danville. Technically, they kind of get out of the backyard a little bit. As I've read on before, I think that Candace is the glue that holds the Phineas and Ferb franchise together. She helps the film work as well as it does. Well, she is the central character of this narrative, so it makes sense.
Well, I mean, her name's actually in the title this time.
Yep. Phineas and Ferb is not too focused on character development. That is true. Even there are some characters that there are some carryovers, but generally, yeah. Apparently, there's a Candace and Doofenshmirtz episode in season 5. That's all I'll say. Yep. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm sure TikTok also helped Phineas and Ferb get a new season. Yeah, that is true. Dan has a bit of a presence on TikTok. And I do have some nitpicks about the film, such as Stacy not getting enough to do, but the film is still well done. I mean, basically, Stacy, I think the fact they put Stacy and Jeremy in here is to make up the fact that they weren't in the last day of summer. Because you remember, Dragon, they were not present in that episode.
So instead, they gave him like 2 scenes.
Pretty much. But from what I understand, at least...
It doesn't even sound like, it barely sounds like Jeremy's voice actor, but you know.
Well, then it is, and fun fact, from what I understand, this is also the last time we actually hear Mitchell Musso as Jeremy.
Yep.
Because of some trouble he got into in the last few years, and technically during the original production he did get in trouble, but Dan and Swampy did convince Disney to keep him on for this. But apparently they weren't as persuasive this time around. I mean, because technically he is in this movie, but from what I understand, he's voiced by someone else in season 5.
I mean, did he do something really bad?
I think it's like either drunk driving and theft. I have no idea exactly.
Gotcha. Right.
And as I also noticed, Ferb has a different voice actor, but for an entirely different reason. Basically, because Thomas Sangster is basically had scheduling issues, they brought on the new voice actor David Arago Jr. Who's been making quite a name for himself lately in the voice acting scene. So yeah. And according to Claude, I don't know how true this is, but apparently he also now voices Jeremy. So that's interesting. All right. So I think that gets it out of the way.
That's it.
Yep. Like I said, not much about that, is it? Well, obviously, bit of production. I guess I could go into a little bit of the production. Obviously, this movie was. You can probably guess what major world event happened during the production of this movie.
Yeah, I can wager a guess.
Based on what year it came out.
Yeah.
It was worked on during the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah.
So, which led to a lot of recording and things from the cast recording from home, and Dan actually doing some of the touch-up animation on his own personal computer at home as well. And it's a miracle that this movie got together as well as it did, considering what was going on at the time. And before we get into that, I could talk about some guest stars, and we have some interesting voice talent in this episode, in this movie. Obviously, we have Ali Wong as super big doctor, who basically got her name from one of the writers, Jim Bernstein, referring to his doctor as a super big doctor. We have Wayne Brady as Stapler Fist.
Yeah.
Thomas Middleditch. Diedrich Bader, who was a regular, but now he's voicing the character Borthos. Thomas Sanders as Throat Lobster. We have Brock Powell. And heck, Bill Farmer was in this.
Mm-hmm.
He was Hermelaview. Bob Bowen, who's the director of this movie. Sarah Hudson. John Viner, of course, is Norm. We have we have Tiffany Haddish as the Candace voice when somebody blows up. Apparently, they originally cast her to apparently they originally cast her to voice super big doctor, but changed it when they find out she was voicing Queen Whatever Wannabe in the Lego Movie 2.
Oh.
And
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But they kept her on as the voice, as the person who shouts "Candace" when the aliens blow up. And apparently she wanted to be paid with the Perry the Platypus shirt.
Really?
Yep. Well, I'm sure she actually got actual money from this, but she wanted a Perry the Platypus shirt. But apparently Disney wasn't making them anymore at this time, so Dan and Swampy actually hand painted a shirt for her.
Nice.
And also Weird Al Yankovic plays the shirt cannon guy.
Oh.
Yep. As we all know, Dan and Swampy worked with Weird Al Yankovic on Milo Murphy's Law.
Weird.
Yeah, very weird. And according to a TikTok from Dan, Weird Al might actually be making an appearance in season 5 or 6.
Well, you know what they say about Weird Al?
What do they say about Weird Al?
He's fat.
You know I'm fat. I'm fat. Yes, he is. It's actually that song that turned him into a vegetarian. Or actually, ham and whole wheat. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I do have a little bit more background on individual things, but we can get into them as we go forward.
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, and Aquatad's apparently seeing Weird Al in concert soon. Nice. He's going to be in my state, but too far away for me to get to, unfortunately. But I am good. But I am going to see him at a convention in December, so there is that.
Oh, when you see him, is warn him about the Oscars. Warn him not to go to the Oscars.
I think he already knows.
If he shows up there, he's going to be killed. He'll be back. He'll be back as a zombie, but he'll be killed.
I was like, Dragon, I think he's already done that because that was in the 80s after all.
Yeah.
Well, we should tell him to look out for Madonna. I think Madonna's here.
It was just Madonna. She pulls out the '90s bra, and it's like two heat-seeking or owl-seeking missiles.
And he's like, no.
She blows up like the end of Spy at the end of the opening of Spy.
Oh God. I mean, I will say though that he does look good for being a zombie.
Oh yeah, he's aged phenomenally.
Oh yeah.
So the thing is, it's like a zombie ages in reverse. Like as the years go by, you kind of get more pieced together. So enough time's passed that.
Well, that explains why if Weird Al just redoes his hair, he looks exactly like he did in the 80s.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
That makes a lot of sense because he hasn't aged.
Did you ever see him as a monk?
Yep, a singing monk, nonetheless.
Yeah. All right.
We're the monks. Anyway.
Very monkey.
Well, yes, I did see him as a monk. I actually did convince somebody else to watch Gallivant recently, though.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So they were good. The fact, and the thing is, it was the fact that Weird Al's the monk in one of the episodes that sold him on it. So
maybe more than one.
Anyway, so the movie begins with a jaunty tune of Candace being optimistic about the day ahead. So what do you think of It's a Beautiful Day? Or one, yeah.
So, this is, Candace. We established Candace as our protagonist. She's basically recapping the show and at the top for anyone who's just kind of jumping in blind like myself back then.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I love that she's just trying not to go on the song. It just kind of goes from very pleasant to very aggressive. Just kind of. It's funny.
A bit of background for that one. That's actually where some of the background comes in. This is actually the last song to be written for the movie. It's initially the film was just going to be opening with the busting attempt. But apparently, since she was supposed to be the main protagonist, it made her look too mean. So they came up with this song to make her look more, make her more sympathetic.
Yeah.
And to help write the song, Dan teamed up with one of his old college buddies to write the song. Kerry Kirkpatrick.
Hmm.
I'm sure you recognize that name, Dragon.
I do recognize the name, but I can't place the show.
Not necessarily a show. He's the guy who wrote the 2 Chicken Run movies.
Right.
And also, apparently also James the Giant Peach, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and director of Over the Hedge.
Nice. That's where that's really what I know him from. Yeah.
Oh, which one was that? Over the Hedge?
Yeah, Over the Hedge.
But yep, he also co-wrote the Chicken Run movie, both Chicken Run movies.
See, that I didn't know. Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised considering how much you guys love Chicken Run.
Yeah.
I mean, but yep, he's one of Dan's old college buddies. It really is a small world, isn't it?
It's a small world after all.
No, anything but that. Anyway. So yeah, but it was actually Carrie's idea to have the genre switch, as you mentioned. To switch from, the bright, cheery pop song when she's being all happy, then the rock and roll and anger when she's talking about her brothers. All right, but basically it does kind of set up the norm. But then we see the boys are at it again.
They're at it again.
They're at it again. Good night, Seattle. We love you. I thought you'd appreciate that reference.
I actually went more obscure with mine.
Oh, which reference were you doing?
No, yours is better. I was throwing it. Mine was the van scene from Toy Story.
Oh.
He's at it again when he tosses RC over.
Toss him overboard.
Yep.
Yeah. Mine was Frasier.
No, yeah, I picked up on that.
And hey, there is some, and heck, both of them have Kelsey Grammer in common.
That's true.
Well, technically Toy Story 2, but
Okay, yeah.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Anywho, so there's a giant juggling clown bot in the backyard.
Yep. No context for why it's there or why they have a juggling clown bot, other than the fact that that's fun.
And Candace can barely even describe, what's going on here. So she just calls Linda and insists she come home as soon as possible.
Oh yeah.
Linda's expecting the call, and she's a little oh, that Candace.
Yep. Basically getting the formula out of the way right off the bat.
Yep, and of course, while this is going on, we have a pretty awesome battle between Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus, and awesomely in a platypus mech.
Yep, and he's seeking to create the power Recap-inator.
Yeah, I can't overestimate how much I love the platypus mech.
The platypus mech is pretty cool. It looks
like one of the coolest things I've seen. I love it.
And there's not that much of it in the movie.
I know, but I love it.
It is kind of interesting the fact that we just get this entire, what could have been an actual Phineas and Ferb episode, just out of context at the beginning of this movie.
Yep.
It's like
the best episode you never saw.
Yep. Perry the platypus mech, and Perry, and he's actually doing pretty well for himself in this.
Oh yeah.
But naturally things can go either Doofenshmirtz's or Candace's way. So basically, what the plan is for the Perrytronic, the sequel. Yep. So the power Recap-inator is to basically turn City Hall into lint and vacuum it up, thus creating both a figurative and literal power vacuum.
Which is really funny.
It's like talking in Buford and Doofenshmirtz talking about how it works on multiple levels. Yeah. And you can probably guess where it goes from here.
Yeah, so Linda shows up, but this is what really makes it more painful than usual. Yeah, to be honest, her going on a whole rant when it's just happening. It's so the clown got turned into basically like sentient lint that is then being vacuumed up. So it was still there, very tangibly still there. Kids still on it. Linda shows up. Instead of just turning around, she decides to kind of lecture her daughter on like how much of a waste of a summer, this all is the constant rinse and repeat of like Candace is just trying to bust her brothers, and then Linda just will not turn around despite Candace like begging her to during the lecture, and it's just sad.
Yep. And then after like everything, obviously after it gets sucked up, and this is like this particularly is where like they kind of like throw the formula out the window and kind of subtly deconstruct it a little bit.
Yeah. Candace just she calls the boys out here. She just says like it's not fair, and of course Phineas is so oblivious. We need a moment like this because he's just not gonna get it.
He's like we've all had a pretty great summer. He's like not me.
No, we didn't. I just love how she just gets so upset and just cuts him off. Like, no, I didn't have a nice summer.
She's like not me. But Phineas, like that actually kind of snaps Phineas out of it. He's like, oh, I thought Candace was having fun too.
No, you deluded shape. No.
But once Phineas actually realizes that he and Ferb decide to do something nice for her, which is nice when he doesn't like dwell on it, and he's just like he wants to do something good for his sister.
It's a little more permanent
than Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, not that Mount Rushmore isn't permanent, but Candace's face on Mount Rushmore, not so much.
Well, to be fair, they couldn't have anticipated the lava from the Earth's core erupting from her face.
Yeah.
But and to be fair, that wasn't their fault. That was more Doofenshmirtz and Perry's fault.
That's true. Anyway, so
they decided to go make their gift for her.
Yes.
And of course, Candace is out on her stoop.
Yep. Candace won't leave the stoop.
It's her stoop.
Yep.
I can make Hey Arnold references too.
Yep. Yes, you can, Jacob.
Yep.
All right. So
who should pass by? Dragon who passes by.
An angel of a lady. It's Vanessa. Oh yeah.
Well, good old Vanessa Doofenshmirtz, one of her friends.
Yeah, good. I like this, but I love it now even more so having been to the show. I love me some Vanessa, obviously, but I love the Vanessa Candace kind of friendship here and seeing these two interact more.
Yeah, I do kind of like how in like some like the later episodes of season 4 they kind of established that like Candace does have more friends than just Stacy. She's also friends with Vanessa.
I was like two friends, but yeah.
I know, but because remember like an early episode, well, in like season 2, there was like the gag where she was like looking through her phone, like Candace, like Jeremy, Stacy, Jenny, mom. Like, how do I only have 4 friends? And one of them's my mom. Even though technically Buford was in there too somehow.
Yep. But he is in her mind.
Well, she's in his mind.
Oh, right.
As we find out later on in this episode, in this movie.
Yeah. Well, no, I meant literally when they went. There's a Buford in her mind, right?
I was like, you mean when we're talking about like the monster from the It episode?
Yeah, that one.
No, he hijacked himself into there.
Oh.
Remember?
Right. Well, I mean, I'm saying he's still in there, right?
I don't know. I think he left after that point.
Oh.
He's like talking to her id, like talking to her monster from the id.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Headcanon, folks. Literally
headcanon. But so yeah, it is nice to have like explore that friendship a little bit. So after kind of a brief song, which we actually do get to hear more fully in the credits, which is a good song.
I love this joke where we cut to again the kind of the busting song a little bit.
Like the whole universe is against me.
It was awesome. And just seeing Vanessa randomly with the guitar, and then Vanessa calls it like, "Wait, what? Where did I get this guitar from?"
Clearly, she hasn't been paying attention to the random musical numbers across Danville.
Love it. Anyway, so then we have Vanessa. Now, here's the thing. I would like to think in the future Vanessa becomes a therapist because she has really good advice for people.
Yep, like basically the reason Candace attempts to bust her brothers because she feels constantly ignored and feels special. Like feels like a tiny insignificant speck in the universe.
Yeah, and again, could be a big moment of change, big breakthrough, which again we can't have until last episode. So it's kind of there, but you know.
And then she like notices something big and bustable in the yard. It's like, all right, guys, what does this one do? Are you making waffles?
Yep. So she's hitting the random device, which is not really a good idea, and ends up being a space probe that abducts her and Vanessa and rockets them into space.
Oh boy. And of course, Phineas and Ferb, as they're coming out to give her gift, which, if they were just a couple seconds faster, might have actually solved some of the problems.
Yep, and then leads to one of the funny Phineas deliveries.
It's like, where are you going?
Where is she going?
Which
he just doesn't get it.
But Ferb just opens his phone and takes a picture of the license plate.
Well, it's very helpful.
Yeah, while Phineas is just like wondering where she's going and not, worried that his sister's being abducted, Ferb is being proactive and takes a picture.
Do we know who the real brains of the operation is?
Well, they both are, but they have their strengths.
Let's face it. Between if these two guys are Affleck and Damon, we know that Ferb's Damon.
Well, there is a reason why there's probably a reason why Phineas names everything after Ferb.
Oh yeah.
Not because he's a good brother.
Yeah. Also, he lost the coin toss, but yeah.
Yep. So but Perry is called upon Major Monogram, and poor Carl just keeps giving him the wrong instruction manual.
Yep.
Which of course would lead us to this.
Dang it, Carl.
It's like, so Dragon, which Carl would have the manuals in order?
Well, let's see. Beaumont would have them in order.
I can roll with that.
Yeah.
Probably also from SpongeBob as well.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Of course, Carl Weezer would not.
He would mess up even more.
Oh yeah.
All right. So they find so Perry is instructed to save Candace, but also not reveal himself as a secret agent to her.
Which ultimately he's like the worst operative you could send on this mission.
Which Monogram himself points out when a certain crossover happens.
Yep.
As it turns out, you're probably the single worst agent we could have sent on this mission.
Mm-hmm.
But Monogram's not really with it today, is he?
No.
Brought it to poor timing, sending the wrong agent. I mean, let's face it, Perry probably would have gone anyway.
Yeah.
So the boys discover that the spaceship is from the planet of Fiblaut, which is actually backwards for to all beef, a reference to all beef patties, which Dan himself pointed out to is a reference basically Dan not only memorized the ingredients for a Big Mac, but he memorized it backwards, leading to Fiblaut being the name of the planet.
Okay.
I mean, I swear to God, I'm not making that one up.
I don't know. It sounds kind of made up.
I mean, the name is made up, but I'm not making up the fact that it's 12 beef patties backwards, and Dan literally remembered the McDonald's Big Mac ingredients backwards.
All right.
All right. So, Dragon, what happens next then?
Well, we have the weird Verblock gag.
Roblox.
Yep, say that 5 times fast.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I
There's
can
this weird runner. It's just this weird running gag where it's, Phineas and Ferb just keep doing like the weird alien names like 5 times or 12 times fast, and it's just like it's like a weird like affect or tick for them.
and it's called disturbing on multiple occasions.
Oh yeah,
This is
Roblox.
like that's disturbing. I know, right? So the boys. So Candace figures out that Phineas and Ferb are not behind it because they're going to a giant spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
But as it turns out, Phineas and Ferb are looking on their way to find out what's going on.
Yeah, thanks to Space Adventure.
It's an adventure in space.
Yeah. Thanks. I love that we see the Star Trek parody jingle and the whole thing. It's great.
We actually do get to see. We actually get to see Space Adventure for once, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of Space Adventure? I know you really like Star Trek.
I'm sorry, what?
You like Star Trek, right?
I mean, I appreciate Star Trek. I'm more interested in kind of the making of it than I am really the show. I mean, I love the Orville. I like what I've seen of Next Generation. If I sat down with it, I'd probably love it. But I mean, I have a healthy appreciation for Star Trek. But I go wars over Trek.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, so do I. But
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, but I mean, I know a little bit about Star Trek, but really not a lot.
yeah, that's fair. And I did have the opportunity to meet William Shatner, but he's expensive.
I've met a Star Trek alumni once.
Who?
Will Wheaton.
Oh, all right.
Or Stewie Griffin says Will Wheaton.
Was it with his cool whip?
Yeah.
All right. So Beljeed says build another portal to Mars. Since they built the portal to Mars, they could potentially build a planet to Fiblaut. But they said it'll take a montage, but it only takes a wipe.
A flip wipe.
Yep.
Which is a really good joke. I just love the whole calling out the montage. A lot of really great fourth wall humor in this, which I really appreciate.
Yep. They have mentioned montages before. That usually it takes us at least a montage.
I have to wonder if there's a lot of Spaceballs influence on a lot of our kind of space parody humor.
Like who knows, man? I don't know. I mean, I prefer this over Spaceballs, though.
Well, I mean, look. I know you're not thrilled with Spaceballs. You have to admit, though, the best part of Spaceballs are the fourth wall jokes with the Dark Helmet, right?
I mean, the videotape gag is great. Don't get me wrong.
That's what I mean. Like that. Honestly, I love all the Dark Helmet stuff. Is all the great fourth wall. I think those are the best jokes of the movie. That's if I could just have the cut of the movie as the Dark Helmet scenes, I could rewatch Spaceballs all the time.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with you on that. It's just that the problem is the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's probably of the Mel Brooks movies I've seen, it's my least favorite.
Really? More than Men in Tights? No, you said of the ones that you've seen.
I mean, I've seen Men in Tights, and I still like Men in Tights over Spaceballs.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen the only one I haven't seen the original Producers, which I know is actually good.
See, I really like the remake of The Producers, but again, I can't take away that Gene Wilder is perfect for that role, though.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the remake either.
Hmm.
Nor have I seen Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh, yeah, when you're not missing much.
Yeah, I know. Which is a shame because it's Mel Brooks and Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Which you think would make a good pairing, but
you would think.
Yeah. But again, like I said, of the movies I've seen, Spaceballs is probably my least favorite one. Like I said, I like Men in Tights. The
and
movie.
We know someone who won't be watching Spaceballs too.
The Search for More Money.
Yeah.
Probably me.
Yeah, not that guy.
Not that guy.
You don't want to be that guy.
Hi, I'm that guy.
Yep. He's just some random guy.
Who doesn't like space balls?
Do you know what I'm referencing with that?
No.
Gallivant.
I haven't seen Gallivant in like 10 years.
You know it's on Hulu, right?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Like I said, like I said, Dragon, I literally suggested it to someone.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised you suggested the so you forgot the. Anyway.
It's like I remember certain things from Gallivant Dragon. I don't remember that one.
All right.
I mean, the thing is, we actually got to it because we were talking about, like, because the guy I was talking to is a big fan of Psych. And talked about Timothy Obenson, and I told him he was in Gallivant.
I love me some Timothy Obenson.
I mean, so do I. He's great. Like I said, he said he loved him in Psych. I said he plays King Richard in Gallivant.
Okay, these are all facts, Jacob. Let's get back to it.
Like, Danny Jacob is a national treasure making Space Adventure into a full song. Yes, he is. So what happens is they build the portal, and Baljeet runs them through several potentially dangerous things that could happen, including puppies with poisonous breath.
Yeah.
Which is apparently the safer option, the safest option.
Oh yeah.
And so they I love how one of the gigs, like, a giant metal man that they would have to sacrifice Buford to.
This pays off when they walk through the portal, and lo and behold, it's Norm, and they think, "Oh God, giant robot sacrificed Buford."
Yeah, Baljeet just goes straight for the sacrifice.
Yeah, well, I mean, Buford's had it coming.
Yeah, but nope, it's just Norm. And
Norm.
So yeah, Doof's also attempting to get to the planet Feebloot to save Vanessa, which is actually kind of nice to see him that proactive, being proactive in the plot that way.
Oh yeah. So they point being, they realize there's an ion field disruptor which is preventing them from pinpointing the location, being able to teleport their portal there. So Plan B is they need a spaceship. Unfortunately, Heinz Doofenshmirtz does not have a spaceship. However,
he has a galactic travel-inator.
He has a galactic travel-inator, which coincidentally looks a lot like spaceship.
Yeah, but it resembles a spaceship and it functions like a spaceship, but it's a galactic travel-inator.
Yep, looks a lot. Yeah, one could say it looks like a claw machine, but no, that's something else. Never mind.
Yep, the claw.
I found a spaceship, Buzz.
I have been chosen. Farewell, my friends. All right. The fun fact: Buford didn't originally carry the canoe throughout the movie.
Get out of here.
Dan and Swampy came up with the idea to have him carry it throughout the entire movie, so they had to basically go back and have it added in every single scene. I mean, I'm not making the dragon, but the promise that it would be paid off later. All right.
Yeah.
So technically, Buford didn't originally have the canoe, but he decided to bring it along. But they decided to cut it off because it'd be funny to have him carry a canoe through space.
Yeah.
And it is funny.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So Perry, of course, Perry's secretly tagging along, but again, he cannot be spotted.
So he cannot be spotted by his owners or let Doof see that he's their pet.
Yeah.
Again, reiterating the monitor, wow, you were probably the single worst agent we could have sent on this mission.
Yep. So Vanessa and Candace,
Yep.
They escape. They find the escape pods. Candace gets distracted by the smoothie machine.
Yep, she's like, I mean, can you blame her, Dragon?
Of course, reminds me of well, I can blame her for a smoothie. However, I could not fault her at all
For the
if
mega
it were
slush.
a mega slush, stratospheric strawberry.
Yep. If it was that one, it would be understandable, I guess.
Yeah.
Dragon, I appreciate, I don't know, Dragon, I appreciate a good smoothie. Especially in the heat we've been having lately.
Well, yeah, but that especially in a heat wave, though, you want a mega slush, boy.
I can just get an extra large slushy. I mean, extra large smoothie.
But what about the tri goblet?
Unfortunately, my smoothie place does not have a tri goblet.
Hmm.
Trust me, Dragon, if I had a tri goblet, I'd get one. I mean, if there was one available near me, I'd get one.
All of your little problems in life would be solved if you had the tri goblet, Jacob.
It's like, Dragon, there's no 7-Eleven near me, all right?
Says a man who's settled.
I mean, I guess smoothies and slushies are different, all right?
Yeah, that's exactly though. That's what I'm saying. Imagine how life changing you would be if you
But
had
on but on the upside though, my stepdad now does actually have a snow cone machine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
so it's kind of close.
Okay.
I mean, it's close enough. It's no mega slush, but it is a snow cone.
Yeah, do you remember the Snoopy snow cone machine?
I think I've heard of that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was great.
yeah. But so yeah, modern problems require inator solutions. That's the inator method.
That's true.
Yep. So yeah. Candace ushers Vanessa into an escape pod. Tells it to launch the escape pod, which it launches all of the escape pods.
Which is a joke that kind of reminds me of the Kim Possible Christmas special, but go on.
No, actually, Dragon, I don't remember that. Elaborate.
Oh, yeah, so again, one of the funniest episodes of Kim Possible, one of my favorite episodes is the Christmas episode. And in that, you have Ron Stoppable and Dr. Draken,
Oh yeah.
getting into comedic shenanigans and being paired up for the episode. And basically the impetus for why they're stuck together is I guess basically so Ron Stoppable is trying to do a mission so Kim isn't taken away from her family during the Christmas festivities. So he goes it alone, and he ends up being the lair or something gets rocketed into space. so he and Draken are in space, and essentially he's trying to basically bring him back down instead of going it's like going up and down. They're hitting a button on both sides of the control panel, like up down, and then they tackle each other. Draken tackles them, and they can do a fire. They're rolling all over the control panel, and the hilarious dialogue between Will Friedle and John DiMaggio.
He was actually at the convention that I went to recently.
Forgive me, folks. Every time I know John DiMaggio. It's just it's every time I say something, I always have to prevent myself from saying Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, he's a baseball player.
I know that's the thing, though.
They have very similar sounding names.
Equally as famous, though, I'd say.
Yep. It's like Will Friedle was actually at the convention I just went to recently.
Oh man, you didn't see him?
Like he was cash only, and then he didn't have any. And he only had one Kim Possible thing.
Well, yeah, they had Terry McGinnis though, didn't he?
Yeah, they did, but most of the stuff was, believe it or not, Boy Meets World.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, lame.
And like I said, majority of it was cash only, and they kept saying okay, maybe we'll get to it soon, and he's been to a couple of them, so I'm gonna see him next time. All right.
I hope so.
Trust me, Dragon. I'm gonna get to see Will Friedle one of these days.
Yeah, I'll believe it.
Unfortunately, I missed John DiMaggio, so there's that too.
Yep, that too. You can't believe it. You snubbed Dr.
Well, to be fair, I didn't go to that convention at all, so.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, so they're struggling, and basically while they're struggling on the control panel, all the escape pods get launched, leaving only like the trash chute for them to escape, and that's how they end up like stranded in the Arctic together at Christmas. Anyway, it's just so hilarious just seeing them just like, always being like kind of the comedic foils to each other, then having to work together, be besties. It's hilarious.
And then they put their differences aside for Christmas.
One that was really funny too is like right before they end up in the escape pod. So they one last button gets hit, and like Draken has like a little compartment comes out, it's like a little teddy bear with a scar on it, like his toothbrush and like in the glass and everything, his pajamas, like it's basically his bedtime regimen just kind of comes out. It's and Ron's like so like. Wait, what was that? And Draken's like steps in front. Nothing. He says, "No, not that teddy bear." Like, what? It's saying this is the pods is like, oh yeah, all the escape pods were launched. Or actually, sorry, no, it's a self destruct. It's like self destruct. It's just like, well, oh, it's relax. We'll just take the escape pods. Look, Blue Boy, they're all gone. Like, oh, they just they basically rushed. Oh yes, the garbage, the garbage pod. This is like, well, what's that? It's like an escape pod full of garbage. They jump into it and they go to safety.
I'd pay to watch a movie with just these two. Yep. Yes, me too.
Yep.
Oh God.
Also, fun fact: DiMaggio, he's shown up in live action in recent years. He's been this is one of the things he showed up in very wonderfully.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul.
Nice.
He's in season 5 of Better Call Saul.
Oh, nice. And as I mentioned,
had a fun role too. It was a fun running gag. He was like a construction guy.
Sounds like something he'd do.
Mm-hmm.
And I did tell you that a Better Call Saul alumni was going to be in this show, right?
Yep.
Season 5.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember. I remember. I'm very excited for it, Jacob.
All right, I was just asking.
He was also in Invincible. We know who it is.
I know.
No, it's not Jeffrey Dean Morgan unless Jacob knows something that we don't.
Like, as far as I know, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is not confirmed for Phineas and Ferb yet.
It is the other character, but we'll get
there. Yep. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
It's like
okay. Anywho, a point being, escape pods are launched. Vanessa seemingly safe.
Yep, and Candace is captured by the guards while drinking her smoothie.
Universe out to get her.
Yep, the whole universe.
Meanwhile, awesomely, Perry the Platypus in a spacesuit, in a little adorable spacesuit, he saves everyone from an asteroid field, stealthily without letting on that he was there doing it all for them.
He was an unsung hero, but they're singing about him.
Yep.
So is he a sung hero now?
Well, I mean, they're not mentioning him by name.
Yep. I guess. So Baljeet has the bright idea to swerve through the ion field. Which
doesn't go well.
Which does not go well, no.
No. Folks, as fun as it is to say, do a barrel roll, it is not always the go-to solution.
No. In this case, definitely not.
No.
And this also kind of establishes the odd rivalry between Isabella and Doofenshmirtz.
Which I loved so much. I completely forgot. I knew we had the adulting song there, but I completely forgot that it was a runner. Like they really just they were so catty towards each other. It's just really funny to see dudes just be petty with a child, let alone Isabella. Which I initially thought it might have been Baljeet, but they have the whole astrological. Don't you mean astronomical? No, look at my horoscope.
I mean, to be fair, Doofenshmirtz does raise a lot of good points.
He does.
So he's not entirely wrong when he's saying anything. He doesn't do a good job demonstrating it all the time, but he's technically not wrong.
That's true. All right. Anyway, so let's see. Okay. Meanwhile, Candace gets the welcome service for the Feebla.
Yep.
Which I love. I love our welcome wagon. I love that it's like what do you call these guys? Just Dapper Dans or like what do you think?
I mean, they kind of are like the Dapper Dans, yeah.
Anyway, with these guys, they remind me so much of the Dana Carvey show.
How so?
Okay, so in the Dana Carvey show, the idea was there's this beautiful folks. I highly recommend. There's a documentary. It's on Hulu. I think it's called. I think it's called Too Funny to Fail. I think it's called Too Funny to Fail: The Rise and Fall of the Dana Carvey Show, or Too Funny to Fail: The Dana Carvey Show. It's really great. Essentially, the Dana Carvey Show was this hilarious, short-lived comedy variety show,
Yeah.
kind of like a Fridays or kind of Vanessa. It was a sketch show, a sketch comedy show. But essentially, it was Dana Carvey. He was given a show, and the idea was like, okay, well, Dana Carvey is really tearing up on SNL right now. We would like to kind of see him do it on his own here, like for us. And essentially, Dana Carvey, he did like kind of he didn't do what they were expecting. They were expecting just kind of like his SNL characters, but as like kind of a variety show, something very kind of standard. But Dana Carvey used it to be very countercultural. Used it to be very basically experimental comedy, which was swinging for the fences, and it was like really like kind of bold. So it was funny. It was funny, but like legitimately like stuff that was like really kind of high concept comedy, which is really funny. Where like for example, you had like Grandma the Clown. So Grandma the Clown essentially is. I want to be clear. This is not what the first thing that pops your mind is probably Dana Carvey like, acting like a grandma. No, no, no. This is like an actual like an old lady, dressed up as a clown at a kid's birthday party, and the idea is she's not very funny. She's like she pies herself in the face, but it's just kind of more. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of hilarious.
Oh God.
Like in the interview, a bunch of like Bill Hader loved the show when he was a kid watching it. It was like that this kind of stuff. Like here's one of the funniest ones. Waiters who basically waiters who are sickened by food or something. I'm butchering what the actual name of the sketch was. But essentially, it's Steve Carell and Steve Colbert who were buddies, and it's kind of like not how they met, but kind of how they really knew each other. Before the Colbert Show.
All right.
And basically it was they play these two waiters, and it's like in the POV, like you the audience member, like the perspective of the guest, and they're like Colbert's like reading off the specials, and like Steve Carell's like they're both basically heaving through the listing of menu items, like very standard menu items,
Yep.
but it's like they're retching, like they're about to throw up, like dry heaving kind of a thing, like that kind of. So a bunch of just hilarious, weird humor. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about this is, so each episode they opened with kind of like a fun, jaunty kind of like tune that was very much like this. And one of them, pretty much all the openings had like this kind of Dapper Dan-esque kind of like barbershop quartet choir kind of group that are dressed exactly like these guys. And they would basically introduce the Dana Carvey Show. And the gag was every episode they had different sponsorship. So it was like the Dana Carvey Show brought to you by Taco Bell, the Dana Carvey Show brought to you by root beer, or like Diet Mug root beer, or some whatever brand was. And the reason for that was that after the first episode kind of was disastrous, and that it was funny, but I'm saying it shocked the nation. Like he made fun of Clinton in a way that really rubbed people the wrong way.
Oh no.
And it wasn't like really mean; it was just bizarre. But it was like still, it was like he mocked the president back when that actually meant something. So point being, he they got in such hot water, like they kind of the sponsorships were dropping us every week. They were scrambling and scrimping to find like more and more obscure like sponsorship in like restaurants and stuff, and it was always hilarious. Again, folks, watch the documentary about this, and then I think that and the show, like the 6 to 8 episode, I think it's 8 episodes. The show is is on Hulu, so check it out.
Sounds funny.
Oh yeah, heck, I might watch it right after this.
So, Dragon, what happens next then?
Well, after a lot of build up, we meet.
Well,
after all that, we meet super tall doctor,
big doctor,
big doctor, super big doctor.
Yep.
voiced by Ali Wong. Ali Wong, very funny comedian. And
Yeah.
also very good in the two things. She's really good. One, everything a lot of people probably tell you, beef. She was really good in beef.
All right.
Show won a bunch of Emmys. It's her and Stephen Young basically. They're doing a season 2, and it's the same premise. Basically, the premise is like I guess with season 2 as well is that two people have an encounter that then spirals into this like a very casually, very relatable, very just kind of everyday sort of like encounter, like a negative encounter that then will turn into like a rivalry and just kind of an off the walls, just kind of like rivalry in which they're going to be
Hence
going after each other. Yeah, exactly the beef, a feud.
Yeah.
So in the original season 1 beef, with Ali Wong, essentially she cuts off Stephen Young's character, and Stephen Young's character feels a little pushed around. He kind of chases her, and it kind of turns into like this, kind of spirals from there. Yeah.
And what was the other thing?
Oh yes. So the other thing is, I think I'm getting the name right here. It's her and the wonderful Randall Park. It's call always. I think it's like always call me your maybe or God, I gotta look it up.
Was she in Crazy Rich Asians, or am I thinking of somebody else?
That I'm not sure. That
I don't
had a
think
good cast.
I don't think that was her.
I don't think it was her either. Yeah.
Because I know somebody that was in Crazy Rich Asians.
Let's see. Always Be My Maybe. That's what it was. It's a really underrated movie. No one's seen. It's her and Randall Park, and it's funny, but at the heart of the comedy, there's a really honest relationship, and there's like a really like there's a lot of some genuine heart there, especially for like the Randall Park character and like where he's coming from. Like the idea is like he's they knew each other like in high school, and Randall Park's mother passed away, and you kind of feel the loss in the movie. And there's the ending of the movie. I'm not going to tell you what happened. The end of the movie. It's so darn sweet what happens at the end of this movie. It's a really beautiful little human touch that just moved me tremendously. And it's a shame no one else has watched this movie.
All right.
Anyway, so she's great. Definitely different than how Tiffany Haddish would have played, I'm sure.
Probably. But yeah, she readily welcomes Candace as the chosen one because she exudes remarkalonium.
Yes, which we later find as carbon dioxide.
Yeah, but which is a big reveal later on. But obviously she doesn't reveal that. Even though there is kind of a subtle foreshadowing when she said, "And be sure to breathe a lot."
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll get to that later.
So she becomes Candace's new pal and mentor, who is
basically her sister, kind of.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, the kids and Doof are making their way through the forest of mushrooms.
Yep.
Even when hearing the ominous tone when they're looking at the building.
Love that joke.
Yep. So Dragon, what happens after that?
Well, they crash land, and they're Doofenshmirtz insists on leading the charge because he's the adult versus Isabella, who has like badges and badges of leadership experience. I love the timing of the joke where all the badges come out. It's like, you got all those for leadership, eh? He says, yep. Oh, okay. Well, do you have one of these? Is like a library card? Yes. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still in charge. I'm the adult.
Like I said, he's not wrong. Like I said, he makes a lot of good points in this movie.
Yep, and he points off the side of the cliff and he falls.
Again, he doesn't make the best example, but he's still not wrong. He is technically the adult.
Yes.
He doesn't. It's like if he wasn't petty, if wasn't as petty as he was, he'd actually Be more effective of a leader.
And we have the adulting song, which is delightful.
Yep. Not a bit.
All right. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
well, sorry, I was gonna say we have the so Candace, she's being pampered, by a bunch of these servants, including Mr. Fist,
Stapler Fist. who's
Stapler
like,
Fist. Yeah.
yeah, who, despite his tough exterior and name, he's like, OMG. Kind of reminds me of like Clawhauser, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like OMG, that doesn't want to talk to me, and then he blows up because he was excited.
That's when it blows up. The sound of someone blowing up is Candace.
Yep.
So, Jacob, do you know what time it is?
I think I do, Dragon.
It's Gritty
Pretty
Reboot
reboot
time. GRITTY, Gritty Reboot time.
Yay.
So, pretty straightforward. Just one edit. He doesn't grow back.
Oh no!
Yep. So Candace is a murderer. She murdered him with a kind word. Killed him with kindness, one could say, or killed him with Candace.
Literally in this case.
Yep. And it's so again, if the color were not green, we would not be able to get away with this.
Again, and also the fact that they're aliens.
Yeah. Also plant-based aliens.
Yes, that too.
It's a very vegan planet.
Especially considering the treadmill gag later on.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd have been able to show that if there was a human under there. What do you think?
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, later on, Candace tortures one of these poor servant guys, and basically he sends him against the treadmill, and then sends him under, and he's in immense pain, telling us the audience how immense his pain is. But again, plant-based alien works like a charm.
Yep. And the fact that they grow back.
Yep.
Kind of like another almost plant-based alien in a way.
Yeah.
in the loosest possible way.
Yep.
Of course.
Might be Namekian, but yeah.
I said very loosely.
Yeah, no, that's true. Very loosely.
Extremely loosely, in fact, but the parallel's there.
Yep.
All right, we have another coming. And now Candace Against the Universe is a courtroom drama. Candace against
Bob Odenkirk guest starring.
Candace against the legal system.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, Candace actually does become joins the legal profession in the future, apparently.
Yep, becomes a lawyer.
Yep. Who knows what she does, but she apparently is going into law.
All right, so we have a happy-go-lucky Girls' Day montage of her and Big Doctor bonding.
Yeah, super big doctor.
Super big doctor.
Yes.
Super genius.
So they have this. So meanwhile, Doof demonstrates his chicken Recap-inator by getting rid of the dragon, the giant dragon monster.
And of course, we have the couple,
the farmer and his wife,
with Dragonland.
It's like, of course, it's like my therapy group says you're keeping me down.
Farmer's wife being the couple, yeah.
Yeah. It was nice to see them again, wasn't it? Yeah. And so they find their way.
It was good to see those two again.
It is, yeah. Is there a bit of a delay?
Maybe.
All right. So Jagged. So somehow Doofenshmirtz's skills is able to lead them to the fortress.
Yeah.
I think that. Okay, seriously, I think there is a bit of a delay here. So
I know. Yes, there's a delay. What would you? Should I come back in or what?
I'll try refreshing just to be sure.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Let's see. So,
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Like, how's our time going?
All right, so Doofenshmirtz manages to find them somehow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's no delay anymore. Good. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. Probably it was a StreamYard thing.
Maybe.
Most likely.
Yeah.
But it seems to be fixed now. It's like, so somehow Doofenshmirtz manages to lead them straight to the fortress. Meanwhile, Candace is filming a daytime talk show with Throat Lobster and Boot. You know, that kind of thing. But the boys actually do manage to find them just before they sing a power ballad and talking about how Candace is talking about how like she's finally feeling appreciated. Dragon?
Yeah. So Phineas and Ferb, they ask a series of solid follow-up questions, like, chosen for what?
Which yeah, that is a good question. Candace never was so eager and for validation that she just found it wherever. Found it at the nearest place that would throw it at her.
So her toll.
Yeah, without any questions asked.
Yep, it's not a good idea, folks. You always want follow-up questions.
Yeah, it's like yeah, that's what you do when it's like if you're chosen for something, you're like, yeah, well, what exactly am I chosen for? Especially if it's an alien planet.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, so Phineas tries to convince Candace to come home, but Candace refuses because she's actually, again, feeling appreciated for once.
And she points out that, without the boys, that's what's made this possible.
Yep, which really shocks Phineas.
He's been so oblivious to how unhappy that he's made Candace this whole time for 4 seasons.
Yep. So Candace basically just tells her that Candace tells Phineas that he doesn't want to leave, refuses the gift, and basically suggests like I can take care of them for you. Would you? That you're the best. Not knowing exactly what she just signed her brothers up for.
Yep.
So I was like, and what they signed up for is luxurious deluxe accommodations.
Initially, for a brief moment.
It's like Doofenshmirtz is even like, it pays to know the chosen one. And speaking of which, Doofenshmirtz is actually kind of relieved to know that Vanessa's safe on Earth. Even though she's not safe on Earth. Right, Dragon?
Right. Well, real quick, how hilarious is it that Phineas has to step in so Isabella doesn't hurt Doofenshmirtz?
Yep. He's like, I love patulating as much as the next guy.
Well, no, not except Ferb.
Except Ferb. Big thing. Yep. Apparently, Ferb's a fan of veiled threats.
Yep. Let's see. So, Perry ends up saving the kids, Indiana Jones style, but with the added hilarity that during this, Monitors, he just keeps calling it inopportune times, telling you, warning about diplomatic intergalactic relations.
He's like, yeah, do
It's
not.
the worst possible time, already mid-action scene.
He's like, whatever you do not engage negatively with the aliens.
Too late, and then we have this hilarious joke where, we again, reboot time. We have our convoy guards. They just end up in this giant like almost wormy looking
it's like literally like, we're okay.
Oh man, no, scratch that. No, we're not okay. And they're slowly and surely eat again. If they were human, would not fly. Is just again, it's the old robot non-human logic of the animation kids. You can do anything you want so long as it's not human.
Yep,
we're an animal. We're directly an animal.
Like, Okay, we're obviously not fine now.
Yep.
Yep. There's maybe this is the one that just depicts death. We don't see them. Don't think we actually see those guards for the rest of the movie.
Well, yeah, because they're dead. That's why we're not seeing them, Jacob. That's how death works. There's no cure for it. They're gone. They're plant chow.
Well, the worm chow.
Well, yeah, they're worm chow.
Yep.
Yep, an Alaskan bullworm.
Yeah, which Dan actually worked on that episode.
Oh, nice.
Like he was one of the writers for that episode.
An Alaskan bullworm.
It's big. It's all wiggly, and it ate everything. It's horrible. Also, it's big, scary, and pink. So is Patrick's belly button. It's like I was thinking of the wrong giant worm according to Aquatad. Or maybe I was thinking. Or maybe I was thinking of the right one after all.
Yep.
Yep. Anyway. So yep, they're dead.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
But aboard the carrier, the prison carrier, there was actually a race of people known as the Cowards.
Yes. Basically a planet of Carl Weezers, which sadly we have seen.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, on one end of it, it's like, hey, Rob Paulson, Carl. Other end of it, like, yeah, you need to see that.
No. And unfortunately, none of them here are voiced by Rob Paulson.
Like that joke from SpongeBob where, the Gary needs a bath, like the subliminal messages gag, we see like the...
like the weird laughing girl. She's like, sorry you had to see that.
Yep.
It's like, sorry you had to see that.
God.
Doesn't make any dang sense, does it?
Nope.
I've read some comments that said that gave them nightmares.
Nightmares.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Anyway.
I mean, it's definitely random, but not creepy.
Yeah. I think gave them different dreams.
Yep.
So, let's see. So, we have the hidden. We have this really funny running gag with Orthos. The hidden city of Cowardelia thing, where every time he introduces it too early.
He's like, seriously, Garnos, seriously. And then it's like, and then when someone else introduces it, he's like, really?
Really, Ernox?
Oh god. So they reveal the truth about Super Big Doctor.
Okay, so long story short.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she has this mother plant that she calls mother. It's not her actual mother, just reminds her of her mother. Plant.
And also named
that
after her mother.
Basically, yeah. So Mama the plant. Basically, when reaching full size, it puts out these spores that basically are mind control spores. That basically, once she's fed and she's grown, she runs on carbon dioxide. She puts out the mind control spores, which basically allows super big doctor to run the planet and just rule anywhere she goes.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Mama's spores have been lacking lately, mainly because
the plant lacks carbon dioxide.
Candace, meanwhile, is figuring out that that the aliens inhale oxygen and exhale oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, accidentally revealing that all 7 billion people on Earth inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide, which is what the aliens call remarkalonium.
Bum bum bum.
Basically, Candace suddenly realizes that she wasn't actually special after all.
And doom the planet.
Yep. Not only did she just give the aliens the idea to go to Earth, She threw them under the bus, and she realized that she wasn't special the entire time.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yep. And of course, the biggest shock is that she realizes what happened to her brothers. It's like, you threw them in prison? It's like she realizes that she imprisoned her own brothers. And when she was like, you told me to take care of them. I didn't mean to. Clearly, they were on a different page because Candace didn't want to send her brothers to prison. Like, if anything, this is like one of like the biggest defining moments that proves that Candace, despite wanting to get her brothers in trouble, she doesn't hate them or want to see them get hurt.
True.
She loves them.
She wants to see them demoralized, really.
That's one way of putting it.
But lots of things she just wants to see him, she wants to see the hope get drained out of him.
I don't think that's necessarily it.
I don't know. She wants to see him busted. She wants to see him get yelled at, and then she wants to see him get in trouble.
But remember, she said the creativity is the best thing about them.
She wants them to be admonished.
Yeah, she wants to basically wants to prove that she's right, basically.
Pretty much.
Obviously, Quantum Boogaloo revealed the consequences of that, but she doesn't know that.
No.
All right, so Doof, meanwhile, trying to help them as the cowards are making their way towards the fortress, actually realizes that Vanessa is still on the planet. So, Dragon, what happens with Doof next?
Well, okay, so he's looking for Vanessa.
If he realizes that Perry's there.
Yep, Perry saves him. Also, we should mention too, they had a nice bit where he stays behind as well, gives him a badge.
It's like the make it home safely patch tells him to earn it. It's like,
which is adorable.
He's like, I learned from the best.
Yeah.
So basically their squabble kind of came to an end, and they both kind of saw the other's perspective.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So the Doofenshmirtz makes his way to Vanessa and sees that she's tamed Vlorkel.
Vlorkel.
That's disturbing. I know, right? And so he tries to use the chicken replace-inator to send them back home. Unfortunately, the nearest chicken is now on Feeble Oot.
Yep.
But probably one of the two funniest gags in the movie, proposes an idea.
Yep. Yeah, Jacob, do you know what time it is again?
I do, Drake.
Reboot time.
He proposes the idea. He uses the Axinator.
He wants to use the Axinator, which hilariously comes with a self-destruct button.
It's just that's the thing. It's only an axe with the self-destruct buttons. That's all it is.
Now I remember this joke from the original watch, and I still love it. It's still one of my favorites.
It is. It's great.
God, it's such an absurd idea. Anyway, so he's proposing murder. He's proposing killing the chicken sacrificially so they can get back home. Keep
in mind he had that with him the entire time.
Oh well, of course.
He basically was willing to throw hands with an axe with a self-destruct.
Well, to save his little girl, of course. That's admirable. Yeah.
Yeah. But the fact is, it's just an ordinary axe, but with a self-destruct button.
Yep.
That's the only thing that makes it an Axinator. So that's like if one of two, if not the actual funniest part in the whole movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one we're getting to in a moment.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, Doofus just straight up kills a chicken.
No. Yes, he would ordinarily have killed the chicken.
Yes, it's like
in kind of our gritty reboot space. He would have killed chicken. He would have ate the chicken too. They would have ate the chicken, then they would have gone home.
Yeah, but Vanessa's against the idea.
Yep.
So what are we gonna do?
Fine, one for me. Better you want? Better Bladibus, you want some? It was so fresh. It was just walking around 3 minutes ago.
Tastes like chicken.
All
Come on,
right.
somebody had to say it. Right? I mean, somebody had to say it.
Yep, that's true.
Yep. So the boys actually do manage to board the ship, which then heads to warp 2. Faster than the speed of light. Twice the speed of light. Hey, Dragon, why don't you break down what happens when they go warp 2?
Well, when they go warp 2,
Yeah.
going faster than the speed of light.
Twice the speed of light.
Twice the speed of light, yeah. Per space adventure. Well, kind of. Well, I guess kind of.
Space adventure.
Yep, they end up breaking down reality, which basically sands everything away, like going to the beginning. So they go from
Like from being all colors, then their colors are drained to like basically pencil tests.
then to into the storyboards, and then storyboards with temp dialogue.
Yep. Then the beat board.
Yep,
And of course,
these two knuckleheads.
exactly.
Okay, I have to ask, Dan Swampy. Again, the Phineas and Ferb. Well, I guess Candace more specifically. Candace is getting the movie. It's her big break, and you two have to insert yourself like not just like as a cameo. You have to insert yourself like directly talking the camera. Like you two have no shame, do you? I mean, Dan, come on, you're doing all these little posts about season 5's around the corner. It's gonna be so cool. Just bear with me. We're looking here. I'm going to Disney. Don't you have enough limelight? Do you really have to go back and the pandemic
Yeah.
era, people have all this you guys gotta like say, hey, remember we created the show in case anyone forgot. We have the funky name.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, that is. If I remember correctly, this actually caused a bit of friction with them and Disney. Like Disney wasn't fully receptive of this gag at first.
I just it's Holly. It's just they've gone Hollywood on us, Jacob.
Yep. And like I said, I think that Disney
I mean,
was
look at this. It's just these are two men desperate to sell themselves to an audience here. Wait, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 1 second, folks. Just bear with us here. Just minor.
Sorry, I don't know why
hiccup.
streamers having so many issues today.
Yeah. Let me see. So let me catch Sergi up here in the comments. So Sergi's in the comments asking, "What do you miss?" Well, we're breaking down, Candace Against the Universe. We're at the Dan and Swampy cameo.
Like
And
this.
so basically we've gotten to the point where they've gone twice the speed of light, in which everything gets kind of broken down around them, and goes to this gratuitous cameo by Dan and Swampy.
Yeah.
You can see it on them here, just like they're trying to pitch themselves to the home viewing audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have genuine pathos and everything going on behind me. Of you see Doofenshmirtz and Vanessa, and it's like no, look at us.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just Swampy just looking so satisfied, like, yeah, this is good.
I tried to get a good shot of them in this, and I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it works for him.
Yeah, but I even got Swampy being all like, "Hey, check us out."
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Are
did
you
we,
not entertained?
is this not why you're here?
Yeah. Here's the real show. Look at the gun show of these writers. Look at us.
Yep. And of course, then that leads to them like, let's never speak of this again. It's like Dan, like Phineas and Ferb, they kind of like in shock at the view of their creators, like they met their gods.
Yep.
I mean,
Why does God sound like a pharmacist?
it's like I don't know. I think he sounds like a cool guy.
Oh,
like,
the
so-
ego.
Oh yeah. And so like we actually get to a pretty funny moment with Roger when the aliens arrive at this baseball stadium.
Yes, we do. So we have the John P. Tri-State, the glass sculpture that was very hard to make, and we have John O'Hurley just delivering some really great comedy as Roger.
Yeah.
Just so you know, like as the alien ship lands, it lands right on smack dab on top of this glass statue and just is sanding it away, and like John O'Hurley's just having a fit, freaking out, and of course like, no, not Beaver Pete,
And then for the moment, it looks like Beaver Pete's fine.
and then not Beaver Pete.
If only Heinz was there to see that.
Yeah.
Heinz was like, I know it's just in this instance we kind of do have to differentiate between Heinz, Roger, and Vanessa because all three Doofenshmirtzes are in this one.
Yep.
So, but Doofenshmirtz would have loved to see Roger be all weepy and sobbing at the sight of the statue being disintegrated.
Yep.
It's like so. Meanwhile, the boys and Baljeet initiates another poorly thought escape plan.
Yep.
By accidentally opening the cargo bay, sending them all tumbling down.
Yep.
So Space Adventure has failed him once again,
Yeah.
which leads him to break all the discs in half. Meanwhile, they finally get in the canoe.
And then they're all saved by the canoe.
They're all saved by the canoe, and Phineas.
Why is it when Phineas brings up the Space Adventure, it's a better idea?
It just is.
Mm.
And it does actually work. They managed to make a plane wings out of the debris.
Yeah.
They land in their backyard. Then after they land and reveal Mama, and after Super Big Doctor reveals Mama, the gang reveals their own giant robots,
Which do not last long. Even if chicks dig them, they don't last very long.
Not in this case, no.
No.
It's like, and all Baljeet's like, it's canceled science fiction show. That sounded bad in your head, didn't it? It did not. Even Baljeet knew that it sounded bad in his head, and he still went with it anyway.
Mm-mm.
Oh god. It's like, so yeah, the robots don't last long, but they do serve as a good distraction while Phineas and Ferb sneak on board to find Candace.
Yeah.
Who's looking very worse for wear. I mean, after running on the treadmill for so long, anyone would be exhausted.
Yeah, but it'll pay off in the long run.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Oh yeah.
Hey, Jacob.
Yeah.
Long run.
See, I got it. I had to find it first.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. StreamYard recently updated their UI. I had to find it again, but here it is. Long run. See, there we go.
Yeah.
No, but it's not as funny now that I had to kind of force it in again.
Yeah.
But if I do it again, it might be funny because, rule of 3 and all that. But I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Unless you really want me to.
No, that's fine.
All right. It's like, so again, Candace manages to trick toilet flour under the... Yeah, that's the alien's name. Basically, the gag is like these aliens have very strange names.
Mm-hmm.
And she managed to trick him and trick him by grinding his face against the treadmill, and then
Very
sending him
violently.
underneath it. Again, Bolly wouldn't have gotten away with it if they weren't aliens.
Nope.
And then a heartfelt reunion, and then which Candace promptly runs away crying. But where's she going? Where's she going? Not always the perceptive one is Phineas.
God, no.
But then Candace basically breaks down once again, basically say how horrid, how horrible she feels. Like, I ruined everyone's fun. I'm a terrible sister. And you really feel bad for her in this.
Yep. They insist that she open the gift.
And then she's like, a coffee mug. I don't even drink coffee. I can't do anything right.
I think it's one of the funniest lines in the whole movie, I gotta be honest. I don't even drink coffee. I can't do anything right.
Yep. It's heartwarming and funny at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
But then the next scene manages to be actually truly heartwarming.
Yes.
So basically what they see, what they show Candace, it's not just any kind of mug. It's also a projector showing all the times that they've had fun with Candace over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of the summer. You kick butt. You rock out. You can always make us laugh. The kind of laughter where stuff squirts out of your nose. So it'll be no fun without you. We just wish you could see yourself the way we see you. You may not be the chosen one, but we'll choose you as a sister every time. Which is just basically I don't know. It's just very heartwarming.
Absolutely.
Candace's biggest critic was obviously Candace. The boy, Phineas and Ferb, never saw her as ruining their fun, or basically ruining their summer, or anything. They always saw her as this cool older sister to look up to. And like I said, this is what really cements Candace's character, I think. What do you think? What do you say?
Well, I mean, again, look, it shows what's under the surface there, which obviously, we really cannot give closure to in the finale. But it's a nice moment of acceptance for Candace, and she kind of does have a bit of a breakthrough there, where she realizes that her brothers they do love and respect her, and even though look, it's a fact. Like, at the end of the day, we can't change Candace's luck. We can't do that.
The show would end again.
It's kind of the constants in cartoons and just fiction, where, for example, Charlie Brown, parenthetically, cannot kick.
He can never kick the football.
Yep, can't kick the football. He, we can't let him win, but sometimes we can get him close. Football never. But that Peanuts movie.
He finally got the little redhead girl.
And he kind of got to fly the kite. That's the thing, though. They skirted the line, though. The kite kind of flew him, but it flew him in a helpful way for the first time. So he was kind of flying a kite. That's the closest thing we've given to a victory, along with, obviously, the little red-haired girl. And
it's actually, again, it also is kind of hard when you realize that it was written by Charles Schultz's sons.
Yeah.
And basically as a tribute to their father.
Well, yeah, seriously. the end of that movie is just utterly pitch
Perfect.
perfect and just makes me well up every time I watch like the whole dun, 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 they play the theme and then it just turns into that sketch. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yep, it was great. But
Yeah.
definitely Blue Sky's best movie.
Oh, without question. So with that, it's just the idea that sometimes we have constants with our characters, and Candace, that's kind of a groove. Where okay, look, we can't let her kick the football, so to speak, but we can give her another kind of win.
Yep, like, and that is like being the cool older sister that the boys look up to. It's like they might not be special to. She may not be special in the grand scheme of the universe, but to her brothers, there's no one better.
And I think it also just speaks to Candace as a character. Her big appeal this whole time, in my estimation, I think probably a lot of people would agree. Maybe this guy over here too. Is it's the fact that Candace tries. She doesn't give up. She keeps trying to achieve her goal.
Yeah,
The wherewithal, the willpower.
it's like I'm surprised Kogias hasn't made any comments about this scene yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if he's still around.
Yeah, like it would be kind of nice, but yeah, like I said, that's the thing. Like she may not be special in the scheme, like I said, in the grand scheme of the universe, but to her long run. All right. But like to her brothers, she is special, and that's really all. And also, it kind of brings to mind the Muppet movie as well. Like maybe you don't need the whole world to love you. Maybe you just need one person. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Like so that kind of also rings true here. Like she doesn't need the whole universe. She has her brothers. And so that basically leads her to find a way to defeat the aliens with a t-shirt cannon. And which leads us to this scene right here. It's me against the universe. Us. It's us against the universe. And this is the director's idea. Like Bob Bowen came up with this idea, and Dan and Swampy were floored like how creative an idea it was. Because like they needed a solution, and he came up with the idea of the t-shirt cannon. And it is a pretty neat idea, isn't it? Like Candace going around like blasting the aliens with it and making them explode with joy with a free t-shirt.
Yeah, I do love. I love it. One, t-shirt cans are awesome. They always are.
Yeah. I've never gotten a free t-shirt at a sports game.
No, I haven't either.
I mean, I've come close, but I've never gotten one. I would really like a free t-shirt though. Do you go to a lot of sports games?
No.
I mean, but have you ever won a free t-shirt though at anything?
I've gotten free stuff. I've gotten I've made some connects. I've gotten some I've got some free swag, including I've gotten a free t-shirt at a time. I've gotten probably definitely 2 free t-shirts. Probably a couple more, but there's a podcast that gave me a free t-shirt, and I got one from my comic shop, and it's probably maybe 1 or 2 others, but I get a few times. Not a sports game though, no.
I said I've never won any kind of raffle. I've never gotten a free t-shirt or anything.
I didn't really win those. They were just giving those out though, so I don't think that counts.
I know, but like I said, I've never really won anything like that.
Yeah, I was very proud. I won a game in an arcade once. That was a prize game.
I once actually did really good at one of those Wheel of Fortune type games that when you go to one of those game areas that where you can spin the wheel and win an amount of tickets.
Well, okay, so I've done that. So not counting that though. So not counting the arcade, because the arcade is it's pretty much designed to win tickets. But
but I actually managed to land on the 500 ticket one on the rare extremely. People were actually watching because I was so good at it.
I did that once too. I spun the wheel and I won the 1,000 tickets.
Yeah, it was great. It's a great feeling.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so so I was at an arcade and I at the movie theater, and I hit this. It's like this game where you have to basically this little S icon is like moving across the thing, and if you have to time it right so you can land it in a slot, and I did. I got in the slot that I wanted to, but whatever slot you land to, you get a numerically assigned prize, and I got like a little game. I got like a mini machine of Tetris.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was just so proud that I won. It was like my second try on it too. It was like I was so delighted. Now that arcade's not there anymore, and like I've tried that machine elsewhere, and I'm not as lucky. But it was like a lightning like lightning striking, or just stars aligning. But I was one
Coming
of the
up
few.
Millhouse.
Yes, one of the few times I've ever like truly won.
It's always a kind of a vindicating feeling, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, I've been in a couple of those. Unfortunately, I had to share half the tickets with my sister because technically I was playing it on her card at that point. but she knew I was winning big, so she was willing to let me do it.
Mm.
I had to give her half my tickets of that particular when I won 500 tickets. But it was still nice to actually win something big for once. It's like so yeah, Candace is going around basically blowing up aliens with free T-shirts. Again, wouldn't be happening if they were humans or humanoids, probably. But unfortunately, their mama's already way too big.
Yeah. She's giant carnivorous kind of plant monster.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Candace's therapy session was going to go so far. Now they have to deal with this giant plant monster, which thankfully, the saving grace here. Also, I wanted to mention earlier Chekhov's canoe
Yep.
earlier. So, the chicken replacinator.
Yep.
It's a real Doofenshmirtz and company. Finally, they found the setting that is like furthest chicken, which brings them to Earth.
Yep. and which brings Vlorkel, which brings her, Perry, Doofenshmirtz, and Vanessa, everyone, and Vlorkel to Earth.
Yeah.
Vlorkel.
Yep.
That's disturbing. It's like so yeah, Mama really wrecks up downtown.
That she does. Also, we should mention that we learned that Jeremy LARPs.
Yep, it's like, are you preparing for the alien invasion? There's an alien invasion.
If she thinks he's getting ready, in reality, he's just getting ready to do some LARPing.
which Stacy kind of unfairly makes fun of him for.
A little bit, yeah.
She's kind of rude to him about it. I mean, but only because maybe it's only egged on because he doesn't want anybody to know. Especially Candace. Like, don't tell Candace. Poor guy.
Yep.
But yeah. All right. It's like so they make their way around. Candace gets the idea to replace Mama with the nearest chicken, or with a chicken replacinator. As it turns out, sends her right downtown. Like, why is there a petting zoo in the middle of town? Baljeet's like, yes, my petition worked. Dang it, Baljeet. So the dragon, since she says, man, she does remember the furthest chicken and manages to send Mama back home.
It was such a great moment using the chicken replacinator.
It was. Again, this movie full of Chekhov's guns.
Chekhov's chicken. Yeah.
So, all right. And so Mama's sick. So Mama's sent back home. She regurgitates super big doctor, who is promptly arrested. Chicken House guns. That's a good one. I thought it'd be appropriate.
Yep.
And sorry for all the technical difficulties today, folks. I don't know what the heck's going on. But anyway, so you have the day. Once again, the day is saved. Thank you. But she has an opportunity. Linda's nearby.
Yep, to bust or not the ultimate opportunity. There's no way they can cover this up, and Stacy, Stacy points this out, and Candace decides to not bust the boys. Huge moment for her.
Yep, she says like they want pizza from that place from that one place.
I keep want to say Giametti's.
Yeah.
Yep, Giametti's Pizza, folks.
Like on the other side of town. Go away. Don't come this way. You gotta turn around. Like, Dragon, their pizza is so good you can eat it.
Food's so good you can eat it. Giametti's Pizza sold at Anubis Food Markets.
Yeah. And then there's our. It's amazing that we've actually gone an hour and 45 minutes without referencing Freakazoid once.
I think we kind of referenced it earlier, I think, but
How so?
I could have sworn we had a reference somewhere.
I'm not sure. At least not one that I caught.
All right, fine, we didn't.
I mean, maybe we did. Maybe you made one and I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
But it is kind of amazing that we haven't had that many in this one.
No.
So yeah. Then they go end with the closing song, "Us Against the Universe." Basically reaffirming the messages of the movie and thanking the animators.
Yeah, I do. I love the whole credits thing with the silhouettes.
The silhouettes is great too.
Yeah.
It's like we're recapping the movie once again, but this time with silhouettes. And of course, we get to see the obligatory mid-credits scene.
Yep.
Where Lawrence is like, who has been absent throughout the entire movie. It's like sees the mysterious portal and walks into the flaming building. Because we didn't mention this earlier. Doofenshmirtz's lab got set on fire by the rocket ship.
Yes.
It's like, yes, it's a rocket ship.
It was his own fault.
You didn't really think that through.
No.
Well, Lawrence walks in there, paper catches on fire, and he throws the paper down to destroy, and of course it destroys the portal. And of course Linda then walks in saying like, "Lawrence, what happened to you?" "I have no idea." And thus the movie ends.
Yeah.
The Dragon. And you mentioned earlier, like, how has your opinion on this movie improved since the first time you watched it? Because we did first cover this on Plus and Us. When it first came out, we also covered it with Mickey Fan and Tiki as well.
Mm.
But now that you've actually gone through the series, and as you mentioned, you're more into like the characters and everything. How has your opinion overall changed? Has it stayed the same? Is it better or worse, or what?
I mean, I guess it's a little better. I mean, I don't know. It's about I kind of get. Again, I kind of have a feel for the universe and the flavor of the thing a little bit more, so probably better.
Like you're aware of more of like the intricacies, the gags, and
yeah, I mean, it adds to the payoffs of the joke, so I think probably I appreciate it more.
But yeah, that makes sense. I mean, but the thing is, you don't necessarily need to know exactly what happens, like everything about the series for the movie to work either way.
Right.
And that was like one of the things that Disney like stipulated, like they wanted to attract both new and old fans to this.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't like want to make make it too continuity heavy. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think they did a very good job. And even Freakazoid, even Aquatat's like I was waiting on the edge of my seat for a Freakazoid reference. So you're welcome. But yeah, so I think they delivered. I would still now. Here's the big question, and I guess not necessarily a big question, but now would you say you like this movie better or Across the Second Dimension better?
It's a good question.
I mean, I
I don't
mean,
know. I think this is go on.
sorry, you can go.
I think this is more self-contained. Across the second dimension, well, it's an event. It feels like an event. Let me put it this way: if Candace against the universe is well, sorry, let me put it this way: if across the second dimension is a stitch in time, this would be so the drama.
Yeah, I guess I can see that kind of comparison.
Yeah.
Because obviously that one was like smack dab in season 3, like at the height of the show's popularity.
Yeah.
You know, like where they had like when they brought back almost all of the inventions for the final battle.
Oh yeah.
It's like I personally say I like of the movies, like I can see where you're coming from. I personally like Across the Second Dimension more than this one, but not to say that this one's bad, of course.
Oh, I don't know, Jacob. I like them both. I don't want to. I don't want to pick them. Okay, it just
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just giving my personal pick. I'm not saying you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I like both. Don't get me wrong. And of course, like I said, this was after over 5 years of no new Phineas and Ferb content. So I was like one of the reasons I was excited to get Disney Plus was because of a new Phineas and Ferb movie. That's kind of like my personal history with this. Like, it's like more Phineas and Ferb. Yes, give me more Phineas and Ferb. And that's like one of the reasons I was initially excited for the launch of Disney Plus. I know it didn't come. I know it didn't come at launch, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
But that was one of the reasons I was excited for it. And no, you're right. And it actually has since aired on Disney Channel since then. So it has aired on linear TV. So people outside of Disney Plus can now watch it too. Unfortunately, like most of Disney Plus's stuff, it has not received physical release yet because a lot of Phineas and Ferb has not actually received physical release. Because apparently Disney doesn't think that make good money off of that.
Or in other words, it's not fair.
Yeah, exactly. It's not fair. You'd think that they would. Do you think that would solve like one of their monetary issues? Would be releasing their TV shows on physical media.
I mean, Kim Possible would sell out in a hot second if they did that.
Of course it would. So would Phineas and Ferb. So would a lot of the other stuff.
Yep.
I mean, Gravity Falls did fairly well when Shout Factory released it. So I'm sure the other shows would probably have a good chance too, but Disney doesn't want to do it for whatever godforsaken reason. Yeah, we can talk about that all day. Heck, well, I guess it's not just really a Disney thing because like outside of like SpongeBob, Nickelodeon really doesn't do much of their own releases either. Right, Dragon?
Well, Nickelodeon has the gambit. Honestly, with the exception of Doug, I think all the Nickelodeon shows are out.
All right then.
Okay, admittedly, my name. Sorry, my life as a teenage robot. That one, there was a physical release, but that one's kind of like in the We Bare Bears thing, where there was a physical release, but it's hard to get now. So that one's a little tricky. But aside from that, though, pretty much, I mean, the Nickelodeon shows are a lot more available than. But mind you, again, that was like Shout Factory helping out in that one. So Shout Factory kind of. That's not really like the studio is really like saying like, hey, let's do it. That's Shout Factory. So let's right the wrong and put this out right. So Shout Factory is like the hero in these situations.
Yeah, it's like for whatever reason, I guess besides Nickelodeon, none of these places are deciding to do this.
Yeah.
Hey, I have apparently it has a Blu-ray of Across the Second Dimension, a CD of Season 1's Great. It has that. I have a couple of the CDs, and it is nice. But unfortunately, I don't have the Blu-ray of Across the Second Dimension. I only have the DVD version. However, for Prime Day, I recently did get a DVD version of the trilogy of Back to the Future.
Did you get the one I showed you?
Yes.
Nice.
The Doug Dodgers?
Well, that too.
I also did get Doug Dodgers, yes.
Oh, good.
Well, actually, Dragon, I actually got the 4K HD one. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the full Blu-ray. the full animated series, but that wasn't really a deal breaker for me.
Well, you
But I
can buy, Jacob, if
Yeah.
you want, you can buy the series separate. That's also on sale for Prime Day.
Yeah, all right.
Like $10.
I'll give it. I'll consider that.
Yeah, well, remember, I have to act fast because we only have 2 hours.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I'll think about it.
Okay. Anyway, well, you have 2 hours to think about it.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna be probably awake for another 2 hours. So.
Well, there you go. Okay. Anywho.
So yeah, good. I liked the movie. It was a lot of fun. Plus, it was nice to see Phineas and Ferb again after so long. Obviously, Dragon didn't have as long of a wait as I did, but it's a testament to how good the movie is that he was still able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that about does it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you and with that, folks, the original run of the Recap-inator has come to an end. Right, Dragon?
Yep, we're all caught up.
We're officially all caught up. We're all caught up with the original run. From here on out, we're both going in blind.
Yep.
So expect a different beast going forward, a different Recap-inator. We'll still have a lot of it'll still be some of the same beats, but instead of me being the guiding hand and Dragon being the one unaware, we're both going to be going in blind. So look forward to that. And remember, it's been a great run so far, wouldn't you say, Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So here's to the future. And fortunately, the first 10 episodes are on Disney Plus, so hopefully by the time we get through all of them, the remaining 10 for the first season for the first season will be uploaded there. Uploaded by the time we get to them. If not, we might have to hit a hiatus. But that's all on Disney, I guess. Who knows? Their release schedules are an enigma sometimes, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
But we'll see. So Aquatad's also going in blind, so all of us are going in blind. So that'll definitely be a fun experience. So thank you, Aquatad, Sergi, and Code Geass, and briefly when we also had Claude, Ethan Lloyd, among others. What a run. And now we have Little Blue here too. Hello, Little Blue. Dragon, we've been going since January of 23, and now we've officially all caught up. So, and it's amazing going back from like listening to our take on Roller Coaster to now, and how much our show's changed in that point. Kind of like how this show changed from the very beginning as well. Like we can say our recaps grew with the series, if you will. All right. So, thank you, everyone, and be sure to join us next week for the first episodes of Season 5, Summer Blockbuster and Cloudy with a Chance of Mom. Good night, everybody.